Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't Who?
You.
What's Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the video.
You ain't seen my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just seen the video.
What would happen? Exactly.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done. So it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford created a stir after confronting Devin Haney and making strong comments about Shakur Stevenson. Crawford also praised Stevenson's top-level defense and warned that opponents could pay a heavy price if they underestimate how difficult he is to hit and how dangerous he can be in future fights.
Your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because you're a man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive.
Crawford said that many fighters, including Devin Haney, seem reluctant to fight Shakur Stevenson because they know how difficult and dangerous he can be inside the ring.
Here for your little brother this week, Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about, and some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they would see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era coming.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, the punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing, you know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous decision.
Crawford acknowledges Shakur Stevenson's exceptional talent, praising his smart approach, technical ability, and high boxing IQ. He respects Stevenson as a fighter who knows how to read the action, make the right adjustments, and execute his game plan with precision, making him one of the toughest and most respected opponents in the ring.
When I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's a chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loves, because now we got to be creative. We got to be, you know, we got to go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not gonna work. So now I got to get more creative to get a little advantage over him, because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what.
Devin Haney confidently stated that he intends to fight Shakur Stevenson, saying the matchup is simply too important to ignore. He pointed to the huge money involved and emphasized that fans are strongly calling for the two fighters to finally face each other.
Without saying Shakur, Teofimo, Tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight you're in?
I mean, we're all of us is close to the same size. You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. So, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said. it's only so many guys that we could make big money and people want to see the fights. Which even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know. I think that
During a recent podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford talked about Devin Haney while discussing respect, competition, and their careers. Stevenson made it clear that he is willing to fight anyone placed in front of him, including elite opponents like Haney, showing that he has no interest in avoiding major challenges.
Whoever they put in front of me.
What, Devin Haney?
Whoever they...
However, making a fight between two elite fighters is rarely simple, with purse splits, TV rights, promoters, and management decisions all playing a major role. Stevenson has also been clear that he wants fights that make sense for both his career and his finances, which could be one reason the Haney matchup has taken so long to become official. Some believe the delay has nothing to do with either fighter being afraid, but instead comes down to both sides trying to secure the best possible deal, which is common when major names are involved.
I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This is guy Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's...
Crawford has repeatedly praised Stevenson's technical skills and boxing IQ, even calling him special because of how well he can adjust to different opponents during a fight. While some fans have criticized Stevenson for relying heavily on defense and strategy, Crawford has defended his approach, pointing out that the goal of boxing is to land punches while avoiding damage, a style often linked to legends such as Muhammad Ali.
Ain't nobody beat Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is. Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. And that's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur's, you know what I mean, one of a kind. You know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's
Floyd Mayweather has praised Shakur Stevenson on multiple occasions, especially for his technique, ring awareness, and overall boxing ability. While Mayweather has never directly called Stevenson the best fighter in his division, he has consistently recognized his elite skill set. When comparing Stevenson with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, Mayweather has described Davis as the stronger puncher, while viewing Stevenson as the more complete and technically polished boxer. Davis brings serious power and explosiveness, while Stevenson relies on accuracy, defense, timing, and strong fundamentals, qualities that were central to Mayweather's own success. Mayweather's respect for Stevenson also dates back to his early days as a prospect, when he reportedly told the young fighter that he had special potential and could even become someone capable of challenging or surpassing some of Mayweather's own records.
Fighting between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta "Tank" Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out.
Devin Haney is determined to prove that he belongs among boxing's elite, and he knows that a lasting legacy comes from taking on the toughest challenges. Instead of protecting his record, Haney has shown a willingness to face top-level opponents, especially Shakur Stevenson, in a matchup many fans see as a defining fight for this generation. This battle would be about more than titles, as both fighters would be fighting for respect, pride, and the chance to prove who is the more complete boxer. Haney believes defeating an undefeated and highly skilled fighter like Stevenson could silence those who doubt his greatness. The fight also offers huge financial rewards and worldwide attention, making it one of the biggest matchups fans want to see, while other top fighters continuing to call for fights with Haney further shows his importance in the division.
Fights are not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, you know, if I can't get those fights next or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then, you know, I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see, though. I got to go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really...
Talk surrounding a potential Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson fight continues to build, but a major obstacle is still preventing the matchup from becoming official. Despite that, both fighters remain in top form, consistently showing the discipline, preparation, and technical skills that make them so difficult to beat. Their recent performances and undefeated records highlight their consistency and professionalism at the highest level. Haney has also spoken directly about Stevenson, making it clear that he is willing to fight him. His comments show confidence and a desire to take on meaningful challenges that could strengthen his legacy, while also acknowledging that Stevenson is a highly skilled and dangerous opponent.
Haney going to concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur, Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial four kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Shakur Stevenson has also responded to Haney's comments, showing that he is aware of the growing discussion and open to facing him in the future. His response suggests that he is not running from the matchup, but wants the fight to happen when the timing and financial terms are right. The ongoing exchange between the two fighters shows mutual respect while also highlighting the careful planning that goes into major boxing events. At this level, success is not just about what happens in the ring, but also about timing, negotiations, and making smart career decisions. Both fighters appear to be weighing the risks and rewards before making a final commitment.
This plenty of times. I asked him, do you feel like you're Wilfred Benitez? Because we had that Four King era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost. He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and T.O., overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined the light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson delivered a dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez, and trainer Bozy Ennis highlighted just how impressive the showing was. What made the performance even more notable was how Stevenson controlled much of the fight while appearing to rely heavily on one active hand. Even so, he had no trouble dictating the action. His sharp and accurate jab stayed in Lopez's face, helping him control the distance and pace throughout the fight. Every move had a purpose, from his footwork and timing to his defensive positioning and ability to read the action. Stevenson's discipline and boxing IQ made it difficult for Lopez to use his speed and aggression effectively. Critics had previously questioned Stevenson's resume and whether he had faced enough elite competition, but this performance gave them plenty to reconsider.
And Shakur practically beat him with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because T.O.'s athletic, T.O.'s experienced, he's fought on a high level. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. Right. He ain't fought nobody and this and that.
Yeah.
He made T.O. look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did Tio go wrong in that fight?
Where he did what wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time.
Shakur Stevenson controlled the fight from beginning to end, relying heavily on his jab while using his left hand only when necessary because of the discomfort. Bozy Ennis suggested that Stevenson could have gone for a stoppage if he wanted to, but instead, he stayed patient and focused on controlling the action without taking unnecessary risks. The performance showed much more than technical skill. Stevenson displayed excellent ring IQ, composure, timing, footwork, and defensive awareness while making smart adjustments and protecting the injury. He still managed to outbox his opponent and stay in complete control. Fans in Philadelphia and viewers around the world watched a performance that further strengthened Stevenson's reputation as one of boxing's elite fighters.
Shakur, no, you could have got stopped too, but Shakur hurt his left hand. His left hand was hurt. If you notice, he was using that jab a lot.
Yeah, jab and then the
you know what I mean? And he threw the left hand every now and then. Because I was screaming out. Everybody said they heard me in Philly.
Yo, we can hear you on the TV.
Yeah, that's my young buck. You know what I mean? And I was telling him throw that straight left hand. Then I noticed when he did throw it, he wasn't throwing it real hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he looked spectacular, man. You know what I mean? You can't ask for nothing more, man. And with me, I don't care about what people say, man. They always want to talk about you and say, oh, he should have did this, should have did that. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and he did it.
The possible Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney fight has become one of boxing's biggest talking points. Fans are excited because both fighters are fast, skilled, disciplined, and capable of controlling a fight with their technique. Stevenson stands out for his defense, accuracy, and ability to avoid clean shots, while Haney uses timing, movement, and effective combinations to break down opponents. Their different styles make the matchup hard to predict and even more interesting to watch. Fans and analysts continue to study their past performances while debating who would control the pace and dictate the action. One mistake or perfectly timed exchange could change the entire fight. Beyond the competition itself, the matchup would have major implications for rankings, pride, and the legacy of both fighters.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma would probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because of the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak.
Should Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson finally fight next? If the matchup happens, who do you think will come out on top? Share your prediction and thoughts in the comments below.